Hi guys, good evening. It's okay, baby. I see a couple people on. Is it clear? Hi, hello, hello. Hi guys. Hello everybody. Okay, I see quite a few people on, which is fantastic. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with the Lazarus, formerly known as Deuce, update. I'm just gonna flip real quick to show you guys so you can see he's doing well. We have made it back home. He is in my second bedroom in his little pen. He's got his little stuffies and his water and his blanket. And he is comfortable. Did well in the MRI. So the update is in the MRI. Sorry, I'm constantly looking at him and staring at him to make sure he's okay. He did well in the MRI. He did well under anesthesia. Obviously, he's still sedated, which is good for him because hopefully he'll sleep really well tonight. The MRI showed nothing. So basically what that means is there is nothing obviously congenital that is obvious to see. He's not missing part of his brain or anything like that. There is no hydrocephalus. There is no water on his brain. There is no brain tumors. There is no trauma. There's no trauma to the skull or the brain. There's no bruising. There's no contusions. So that is good news. Good news and bad news, actually. Because that means it's still a mystery as to what exactly is wrong with him. Not only did they do an MRI, they also did a spinal tap. And that they do when they do an MRI, and especially when they're looking for something neurologic. So they did a spinal tap on him as well, and they were able to look at some of the fluid in-house, and what they saw on the microscope of his spinal fluid was an elevated white cell count. Now, an elevated white cell count can mean several things, but one thing for certain is when they have an elevated white cell count in their spine, it causes inflammation. It causes inflammation in the spinal cord, causes inflammation in the brain. So they started him on a steroid for that, for the inflammation, to try to help his physicality and his mental state, and hopefully make him deal with this a little bit better until we find out exactly what is wrong with him. They also sent out the spinal tap for a much more thorough diagnostic. That can take up to 2 weeks to get those results back, unfortunately. They also took a urine sample from him and sent that out. Both the urine sample and the spinal tap being sent out to run diagnostics and various tests on it could tell us if there was a specific bacteria or a specific virus that is causing the neurologic issues. There are quite a few that she was naming off that I could never potentially remember the name of, that they will test for. Unfortunately, a lot of them can't be cured, or if they can, it's very, very hard to cure them. So that is what the spinal fluid and the urine are going out for, to try to figure out if that is the way that we have to go, if it is some kind of off-the-wall virus bacteria that has infected him somehow. Some other good news is we got the results back from the liver shunt test that was performed on Saturday. That came back negative, because liver shunt also cause neurologic problems, but that came back negative, so that's not what his issue is. Sadly, that also puts distemper back on the list, and kind of high on the list. They also told me that they cannot rule out rabies. Said it's not super likely at his age, but they can't rule it out. They have no idea where exactly he came from, where he was born, what his mother's condition was, anything like that. So they have to put it on the list. He's such a sweet baby. So some of the tests, I don't remember exactly which one, but there's a couple of them that she said we should get results within 24 to 48 hours of what we sent out today. The other one, the really diagnostic test, she said could take up to 2 weeks, unfortunately, to get any results from that. The distemper test we sent out Saturday. They said that could take up to a week to get those results back. So we won't know till the end of this week, early next week, about the distemper results. So he is currently on doxycycline, he is on cephalexin, and now he is on a steroid as well, to try to just kind of cover all of our bases while we are in this sit and wait situation with him. He is separate from my dogs. His feet don't touch the ground in my house. I carry him straight in from the car, straight upstairs into this room. He's in a pen. He's not roaming. I go out, I wash, I change my clothes, I spray myself down with Lysol, all before I interact with my dog. So I'm taking every precaution, having him here. And I'm just praying. I am praying that whatever news it is that we get, it is something that can be treated. Again, if you're just jumping on, the MRI was clear. It did not show any damage whatsoever. So no brain tumors, no traumas, no hydrocephalus, no congenital brain defects, nothing like that. The spinal tap did show inflammation because there was an elevated white cell count in his spinal tap. So that is being sent out to kind of figure out what is causing this. I sent all the videos that I've been taking. I have a habit with my own dogs, even prior to rescue, of videoing strange things that they do, because a lot of times when you take a dog to the vet, they never reenact what you've witnessed them do, and it's hard to explain. So I always videotape everything. So I had quite a few videos to show them of what he has done since he has been in my care. So they knew exactly what they were dealing with, basically, because he was quite calm when he was there today, and it's probably because he was up all night. So I'm very glad I had those videos to show them what I meant of how he had been reacting in the last 36 hours. So now we are in, unfortunately, a wait and see. As I said, he is on doxycycline and cephalexin, which are antibiotics, to just try to treat some kind of just something to get in his system. It's a broad span antibiotic that could cover certain bacterias. And he was given a steroid tonight, which I will start tonight. Once he is a little bit more awake, I will give him a little bit of dinner and mix his meds in with it. The steroid is to reduce the inflammation in his spinal cord and his brain, to hopefully make him a little bit more comfortable, hopefully kind of subside some of the neurologic symptoms that he is having. He's having trouble walking, and he is vocalizing a lot more in the last 36 hours, which is heartbreaking to watch and deal with. It's not painful to him. They said basically he doesn't even realize that he's doing it. It's just hard for us to watch. So hopefully the steroid will bring down some of the inflammation and some of those symptoms will subside while we wait it out for the results of all of the tests that we have sent out. So I want to thank you all for your prayers. I want to thank you all who have donated for his care up to this point. He was at Blue Pearl, had a lot of testing done there. He, of course, went today to Southeast Veterinary Neurology Specialists, where he had to be sedated, he had to have an MRI, he had to have a spinal tap. They sent out a ton of tests after the MRI was clear. So we definitely, I believe, hit the high end of our estimate there today. So I want to thank you all who have donated. The link is still up there if you would like to donate towards his care. I will keep you guys informed as I know anything new. I will absolutely jump on and let you guys know as well. I will keep you updated every step of the way with him. As I said, right now we're kind of in a waiting game, 24 to 48 hours for a couple of the test results. The other one, the December one, is not until the end of this week, early next week. And then the other one that is the most comprehensive of testing the spinal fluids and everything could be potentially 2 weeks till we know anything. So I will keep you guys updated. Again, thank you so much. I'm going to flip it back so you can see him. He's very comfortable. He's all snuggly and calm and sleeping. So again, guys, sorry I wasn't, the comments are going by so quickly. I just caught one that said talk screen. So all of his blood results came back perfect. And both Dr. Trow at Blue Pearl and the neurologist said it's now, at this point, a very slim chance that it's a toxin, for two reasons. One, it's been since Friday, and usually if it is a toxin, it will have run its course by now. And two, because he's kind of waxing and waning, kind of like in and out of kind of normal behavior and severe neurologic behavior. And they said toxins don't usually present like that. So I will, once I shut down here, go back and I'll read through the comments and I'll answer as many as I can of the questions if there are any other questions like that. As I was talking, I was just trying to remember everything to give you guys the most comprehensive, full update that I could. So I saw a lot of those comments just kind of fly by and didn't get to read any of them. Hi, baby boy. I know. Sweet boy. Hi, sweet boy. So again, guys, thank you again so very much for your donations. If you've already donated, or if you are going to donate after this video, I thank you so much. No, they don't think he was dropped. They saw absolutely no trauma on the MRI. The MRI was clear. So now, unfortunately, we are looking to more sinister things, bacteria and viruses that affect the spinal cord and the brain. And we're also waiting on the distemper test. So I am going to sign off now, guys. Again, thank you so very much for your donations and for your prayers for this little guy. He deserves every chance in the world, and we're going to give him every chance in the world by making sure he has the best care and anything he could possibly need. He has not been vaccinated. He's only 6 weeks old. He has not been on any flea or tick meds. Again, he's only 6 weeks old. The only thing that they did when he first presented at Blue Pearl was give him a dewormer, which he was full of parasites and worms, and a capstar because he had fleas. We spoke to the previous owner, who contacted the owner of the mommy dog and the puppies, and all of the other puppies are completely fine. So again, the MRI was clear. We are waiting on other diagnostic tests to come back. We will start getting them in 24 to 48 hours up till 2 weeks from now. So I am going to sign off. Again, I cannot thank you guys enough for your continued love and support and your prayers. And I promise I will keep you updated as the results come in for our little boy, our tiny little Lazarus, formerly known as Deuce. This is Tiffany, 100+ abandoned dogs of Everglades, Florida. Thank you all so much.